Breaking news from the IndyCar series as they have announced a new qualifying format debuting with the streets of Arlington next weekend. We'll break it down for you later in the show and what you need to know about for the race at Phoenix today. Details are ahead. Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you all are having a great weekend because it's race weekend and the Cup Series race is in a few hours. But let's get down to business as IndyCar announced a new qualifying format for the Fast Six. Here's what I've read just a little bit ago from NTT IndyCar Series President J. Douglas Bowles in a statement saying, "I am excited about this opportunity to put more focus on individual teams and drivers and appreciate Fox Sports providing IndyCar with an expanded broadcast window to accommodate this change." And then later says, this format will allow the competitors and sponsors who earn spots in the Firestone Fast Six the full attention of the broadcast during its qualifying attempt. It also allows for viewers at home to see just what makes qualifying in IndyCar so competitive and the perfection that it takes to sit atop the grid and earn the right to lead the field to the green flag on race day. I have to say this is kind of surprising for everyone in the racing field because for me, IndyCar was the only one that used group qualifying even before NASCAR went to single qualifying after Texas in 2019. But Fox Sports CEO and executive producer Eric Shanks also said in a quote, stating, "We continue to search for new, unique, and innovative ways to tell the stories of the remarkable competition in the NTT IndyCar series and appreciate IndyCar's willingness and partnership to do the same. This updated qualifying format will be an exciting way to showcase the stars of the series and dig deeper into what it truly takes to drive on the razor's edge. I cannot wait to see how it plays out." But if the weather is a concern for the new format, there is two options they can choose, which reverts to the original procedure where all competitors chasing for the NTT P1 pole award in the regular time window, or by using the results from segment number 2 to set the field. You can catch all the action starting with practice and qualifying at 2:30 Eastern Time on FS2, the Fox Sports app, or the all-new Fox One, with the racing taking place next Sunday with the Java House Grand Prix starting at 12:30 p.m. Eastern on Fox. Going into NASCAR news now, we have a penalty report for the Straight Talk Wireless 500 as Zane Smith was being observed making an unapproved adjustment to the car's underbody during practice and qualifying and was re-inspected prior to the two. Now car chief Will Norris has been sent home for the event and Zane will drop to the rear and perform a drive-through penalty after the green flag has waved. Tyler Reddick is on a hot streak in the Cup Series after 3 straight wins, making history last week at COTA, joining Christopher Bell for that record of 3 straight that he won in 2025 with Atlanta, COTA, and Phoenix. But the question remains, can he give the legendary Michael Jordan a 4th straight Cup win, or will it be one of the big dogs like Joey Logano, Kyle Larson, William Byron, maybe Carson Hocevar? He's been on fire as well, considering the top 5s he's had all season. We want to pray for Alex Bowman as he will not be in the car this weekend after being diagnosed with vertigo. After Myatt Snyder, the son of NASCAR on NBC's pit reporter Marty Snyder, climbed in the car near the end of the race last week due to Alex being ill. So Anthony Alfredo is getting one of the biggest opportunities in his career driving a Hendrick car. And you see Anthony in the Cup Series driving the number 62 for Beard Oil Motorsports on super speedways, which only has one full-time employee at the shop, which is cool. Not gonna lie, it's cool. And then another thing is the cool suits after last week. AJ Allmendinger was seen flat on the ground, out of energy, and dehydrated from cool suit failure, with temperatures in the upper 80s for the race in the desert. Let's pray no cool suit failures happen today. Let's not have that today. Joe Gibbs Racing is turning the heat up as they court with Spire Motorsports after another surprising bombshell drop came out saying JGR has hired a private investigator to follow former employee Chris Gabehart, and the two Spire Motorsports owners are claiming that Joe Gibbs is claiming that Gabehart stole information from Gibbs while working for the team before moving to Spire. Chris was the competition director at Joe Gibbs Racing for 2025, but claimed that he asked to leave the team after disagreements while working with Ty Gibbs as crew chief. He then reportedly found a role at Spire, but it's been under the radar since he took the job from what I've been hearing. But the investigator witnessed Gabehart and Spire Motorsports owner Jeff Dickerson, one of the owners actually, having lunch together, according to Matt Weaver, which had to say this in a quote. On December 2nd, 2025, I witnessed Gabehart drive his vehicle to the Spire Motorsports facility at 11:54 a.m. At 12:02 p.m., Spire owner Jeff Dickerson entered Gabehart's vehicle. Below, there was a photograph from video captured Dickerson entering Gabehart's vehicle. Then they drove to a nearby restaurant, which they entered at 12:22, from 12:22 p.m. to 1:47 p.m. Gabehart and Dickerson remained together at the restaurant, but later on, Gabehart and Dickerson departed the restaurant at 1:47 and arrived at Spire Motorsports shop at 2 o'clock. And then Carson Hocevar had something to say about this in a quote, saying they needed a private investigator for this? They could have just walked next door. That's known as Jeff's table. I agree with that. I actually agree with that quote. This, in my opinion, is a story to watch throughout the year, but Spire Motorsports is pretty good this year, with Suarez running better than he has been when he was at Trackhouse and every other team he was at. Hocevar's running way better. He's been in the top 5, top 10, almost every race. McDowell's running solid. What a turnaround it's becoming. And I can see Hocevar being a winner in the Cup Series sooner than later. It'll happen. It's going to happen. Not going to lie. It's going to happen. I would gladly see Hocevar win a race. Trust me, I would. Because he's going to do good in the Cup Series years down the road, along with Shane Van Gisbergen. Because look at Shane. He finished top 5. He got runner-up last week at Coda. Then got top 5 at Atlanta the last week. What's the turnaround of this story for Shane Van Gisbergen? You think he'll win it? Of course, he'll win a few road courses this year with Watkins Glen down the road, and then you got Sonoma, San Diego, at least 3 more opportunities. Then getting better at that oval, you're going to get wins on the oval. I would say next year he'll be more ready to win one, or a lot of them. When he gets the ovals figured out, you'll see a champion out of him for future to come in NASCAR history, as well as Connor Zillage. Man, that man's going to win an oval eventually. But he'll be the champion in a few years along with SVG. That's going to be a good story, good drivers to watch. Then Hocevar will get there as well. And then you'll have Josh Berry get there. You'll have Austin Cindric get there. William Byron get there. Tyler Reddick already figuring stuff out this year, winning 3 straight. And everybody will figure who these drivers are and like, where do they come from? They drive for good owners. Justin Marks ran NASCAR for many years. Michael Jordan, the NBA champ. Denny Hamlin, numerous championship appearances, numerous wins. Co-owns 2311. Even Zane Smith will have a chance at winning a race. Not gonna lie. The wins are gonna come for all these drivers. But it comes down to who finishes first and who has the pit strategy. Who has the keys to victory lane that we talk about in every broadcast? Who doesn't make the mistake on pit road? Who doesn't? It's going to come down to that. It's going to come down to that. Anyways, this was a quick NASCAR news now since it is race day here at the headquarters, and we currently got NHRA on FS1, but coming up next will be NASCAR race day, ending the double header from Phoenix Raceway with the Indy cars running yesterday. Alex Blow, not a winner again. Hits the wall, gets put in the wall because he went up and didn't know there was a guy there. The race is at 2 o'clock Central Time, 3 p.m. Eastern, FS1. So let's have a good race, everybody, and we will see you all right here on NASCAR News Now. Goodbye, everybody. Take care.